account. So here is that email that came from Teachable, and I just have to click this one button that says confirm email. Okay, so now my account has been confirmed, and this is in my Teachable account, which is very similar to the dashboard that we saw earlier, although this dashboard is more controlling the specific school and the courses, whereas this is more about like my user account with Teachable, and I could even create new schools inside of this one user account. As you can see right here, under schools I own, we have the Startup Society example school. So you might have different schools for different groups of courses that you create. You might want to turn one of your schools into a membership site. There's all sorts of different things you could do. But for now, I'm just going to exit out of that and hop back over to my dashboard. So this has now been taken care of, and if I refresh this page, then that should go away. Okay, so sure enough, that disappeared, and we are now all ready to go. So there's two main things that I want to draw your attention to. One is this that says site. This is where we can actually control the look of our site. So we can upload an image for our site. We can upload the favicon. That's that tiny little image that shows up here. And then we could also change the background of the site. So for starters, let's talk about that logo. Now, obviously you might already have a logo, but if you don't, you can hop over here to Canva, click the logo button, and you could design your own logo, or you could start with one of the templates that they've created and base your logo off of that. Okay, so for this example, I'm going to choose this one that says Tech, Green Technology, and I'm just going to leave it exactly the way it is. Obviously, you would probably want to design your own logo and use your own name and all of that sort of thing, but for the sake of this tutorial, we're just going to use this basically as is. I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. All right, and then I will just download this logo, and I'm going to download it as a PNG with a transparent background. Okay, so now my logo has downloaded here, and based on these colors that I see in the logo, I'm gonna hop over to Pexels to grab a free stock photo that will match those colors and I can use for the branding on the website. Okay, so I typed in tech just to find some example images that I could use, and I see a couple right away that have that green color that I could use. Here we've got this one with some coding. Here we have a circuit board, and then here we've got this laptop. Now looking at that logo again, which one do we think goes the best with it? I mean, any of them could work. Let's pick this one right here. Okay, so since this is from Pexels, I can just download this for free, and so now you see it's down here in my download bar. Okay, so now I have most of the content that I need to get this set up on a really simple level. So we are going to upload the logo image by clicking that button that said upload image. Now, of course, they have some stock photos that we could use, but we're actually going to go into my computer, and then we are going to grab our logo design and drag it right there so it will upload. Then we just have to click the upload button, and now our site's logo is created. And then for the favicon, I'm actually going to use exactly the same image. And then finally, for the homepage background, I'm going to use that stock photo that I found earlier. Okay, so we now have the images for our site set up, and I know that this isn't exactly what you want your site to look like, but this is just for the sake of example. We can also pull up this background overlay if we want this to look a little bit darker so that the words that will be in white will show up better on it. So I'm going to pull this up, and then we'll see how it looks in just a minute here, and we'll decide whether or not we want it to actually be that dark or not. Okay, so now we get to choose the font. They have several different fonts you can choose from. I'm going to leave it as their suggested font there. Then we can choose a color scheme. And you can actually customize each of these colors to be exactly anything that you want. And I'm going to use this cool little trick by clicking this button up here. This is a browser extension, Color Pick Eyedropper. So I click on that, and then I come over here and I can actually choose this specific color, find out exactly what that color is. I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to get rid of my color picker and paste that color into right here, so that it will match my logo exactly. Okay, so I'll also change it right over here just so that we don't have two clashing greens. And then the rest of the colors are just pretty dark neutral colors or else white. So I'm gonna leave those as they are for now. Okay, so now all I need to do is click save for each of these different sections on the page. So I'm gonna save my colors, and then I'll save my font. And then of course I want to save these images. Okay, so now that everything has been saved, I'm going to click this preview button up here in the corner and see what the site itself looks like right now. Okay, so this is what our site looks like so far, and I think it looks pretty good, really. We've got these coordinating greens, we see the favicon up here, we have this font that we've chosen. Certainly you might want a different font, and then down here we've got this big white